I'm great. You know, Rob?
Yeah.
Good seeing you, man. Mike's hot. We are live, just so you're
that's
aware.
right. That's right.
Perfect.
How are
You
you?
cuss Goodman out later.
Year 2 of the Crutch era back in Omaha, the Crutch coaching era. Did you have hair back when you played?
I did. I had a high top fade. Believe it or not.
What's it like to be back, though? I mean, to take over, again, you hear about it all the time, right? Like you can't say no to your alma mater when they call. What's it like to be back, and how much has everything changed since you were playing?
What? It's been fun. It's been really fun to be back, and a lot of things have changed in the city. The city's changed a lot. I mean, it's grown.
Such a good city.
Really, it's a fun town. It's a sports town.
Yep.
And, we're at a place right now where we're rebuilding. We're trying to rebuild it, and, got better at the end of the season last year and added some new pieces and returning a bunch. So we're excited. We're excited about the process that we're in, and I couldn't be happy to be back. And my wife is from Omaha, so it's fun. It's a fun deal. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So you didn't even have to try to persuade her. She was all in.
Exactly, because we
moved
a bunch.
Oh, I know you did. I know you did. That last few years.
Yep.
You were running around, right?
Yep. So when you took over in this past season, you haven't really gone into the portal the way that other guys have kind of gone into the portal, trying to flip this thing immediately. It feels more, at least from the outside, like you're putting the effort to try to develop a program and not just build a team and not just build a roster. Is that, one, am I right in kind of the way that I'm viewing that? And two, how has that process been going for you? And is it something where are you happy with the results so far?
Absolutely. What you said there, Rob, was exactly what we wanted to do. We came in that first year and wanted to really, really try to establish a culture and an ecosystem that is going to give us a chance to have some stability with a program. And we could have went the Power 5 transfer route with all the connections that I do have. And I thought, this is my program. This is my school. I want to do it the right way and have something that's sustainable. And we went after a bunch of junior college kids with 4 years left, with 3 years left, sorry. And we wanted to build that way with that and high school players, and just didn't want to go the transfer route because I wanted to try to establish a culture, and I wanted the guys that we brought in to really, really want to be in Omaha and not feel like we needed them to be in Omaha. We wanted them to want to be there, and we got that done, and we was able to keep them. And that's the biggest key, is keeping them, the retention part of it. So we was able to retain those kids, and we returned 6 of our 8 top scorers. So we feel good about the
how
plan.
hard was that to get all of those guys back? Is that something where season ends, March, April, you're just kind of sitting there waiting, you're hoping that you refresh the portal and you don't see their name pop up at the top?
Well, it might have been easier because you didn't, right? I mean, they didn't win that much too,
No doubt.
so that probably helps, right?
doubt.
People are looking in the portal, and
But
It's the first time you ever said
worry.
we didn't win all that much, right?
You always worry about those top guys anyway.
Yeah,
guys
no matter what.
15 points
That's
plus at our level that have a chance to move up. And there's been some guys from this league have left and went on. Fortunately, they have all won, So we didn't win, and I know how important that is for a Power 5 school when you're looking at a transfer. So that's part of the reason we was able to keep those guys. But what that does is gives us some experience coming back.
Yeah, 6 of your 8 coming back, like you said. Frankie coming back. We'll talk to him here in a minute. What does he need to do this year that maybe he didn't do last year? Is it just more leadership and taking another? I mean, the good thing is, again, you got the core back. Mm-hmm. So a lot of those roles that you had no idea, you didn't know what you had last year.
No, we didn't know. And what we did know, we was inexperienced. Right. We had 2-3 guys that have played Division I basketball on a team that we threw them into the fire.
That's daunting.
And they didn't have any idea what was going on. But I felt like we got better at the end of the year. Frankie is a all-league player. He's a talent. He's a big wing that can score at 3 levels. His thing now, just like you said, is leadership. And now it's amazing when you're a scoring guard, if you don't have a big guy to play with, it makes a big difference now. It makes a huge difference because now you can throw it inside to a guy.
Take some pressure.
Take a little pressure off you, 5, 6, 7 possessions a game where you don't have to try to manufacture a shot. And you can get some easy shots off of the post feed. So he didn't get any of that last year. So hopefully that'll work out this year.
So when the year after COVID hit, after everything got shut down, you went back and you coached your sons in high school?
Yeah.
Talk to
That's
me about
cool.
that experience, man.
Well, you know what? I was at Arkansas,
Yeah.
and when the country did shut down, we couldn't go recruiting, and my kids came home. One was at Stetson University, and the other was in a junior college in Oklahoma. So they came back to Fayetteville, and we was together for like 3 or 4 months. And you know, that's the longest we've been together on a day-to-day basis. Even in the high school, you don't. It's amazing you live in the same house, but we're all moving at a different pace in different places. And now I had him with me, and we got to the end of the year, and me and my wife we sitting around, and I was like, you know what? I've been helping all these kids over the years, and I need to coach my own kids. She was like, how you gonna do that? I said, I don't know. We'll figure it out because they're not good enough to play at Arkansas. So the Division II thing came up, and we jumped at it, man, and it was probably the best thing I've done, man, because it gave me back a work-life balance, and it gave me a chance to spend time with my kids. And they was at the house on Sundays, and we just had a lot of fun. And I was content, guys, on being there forever.
Really?
And I turned down UNLV assistant job. Then Dana called, and that was the one I couldn't turn down. So a year later, I'm moving again.
Where are
So
you?
to
Where are they
Oregon.
now? Where are your kids now?
One is still in grad school at
Yeah.
Oklahoma at OU.
Yeah.
And the other one just finished up, and he's working for Trey Young with
Oh,
Trey Young
cool.
Enterprises, and he does Trey Young Elite. He's a director of his club team.
So when they were playing for you, were you dad? Were you coach?
Well, one of them
Is
would
that something
Josh,
where
my
there were
youngest,
times they
would
didn't
call
wanna
me
come home on
dad.
Sundays?
He would call me dad in practice, and I'd just give him a look. I would never
Can't do
say
that.
anything. But
Yeah.
Jalen, the oldest one, he kind of knew, the parameters. And
Coach.
and he kept his coach. And
That's funny. One calls you coach, the other
I
calls you
know
dad.
the youngest called me dad, and I was like, but we kept it. I mean, it was really fun because I never brought basketball home with them. When they came to the house,
Yeah.
we never talked about it. We talked about other teams and other programs, but we never talked about what we was doing and it wasn't that high caliber of pressure at Division II.
Right.
And
It was probably the perfect thing for you guys.
I needed it. I'm telling you, I needed it.
Yeah.
It was like a sabbatical, really, for me.
Well, must is a little bit of pressure, right?
You said it, I did.
Yeah, but it's true. You're going from a high energy guy,
No doubt.
and a
Who's
pressure
on.
packed. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
on. It's
yeah.
on every day with him.
Yeah, I mean, we was trying to build a program.
Right. I mean, listen, amazing what he's been able to do
He's
there.
done it. He's
right?
done it. Yes, sir. He's done it.
In terms of now the landscape of you've been around a long time.
Yeah.
Watching the landscape of college basketball shift the way it has lately. If you're the commissioner right now, if you're like let's say you're running college basketball,
Mm-hmm.
what's the one thing you change? You've been in it for so long, you've seen it. Now you got the portal, you got NIL, you got the extra COVID year, you got realignment. What would you change?
I think NIL is good.
Okay.
I really do. I think it's good. I don't think the transfer portal is
You
a
don't
good
love
thing.
it? No.
Nope. I don't think that's the right.
You're old school.
I am old
right?
school.
You're old
and
school.
I
am too.
I think you have to go through some things in life. You can't just run from all your issues and problems. And some of it's legit, but I'm pretty sure 80% of it is not. And I just think we're losing the whole aspect of what we're teaching in the college game. And now everything is transactional, similar to professional sports. So where we're going, I don't know. I think there's something getting lost in the transfer portal and being able to teach young people how to fight through adversity and how to be mature and grow up and be productive citizens when they do leave college.
Is there a way to identify guys that you recruit that are more apt to buy into the culture aspect, the family aspect? All the people love those buzzwords in coaching, but is that something that you look for? Is that something that you're targeting when you're evaluating players?
No doubt. You have to be able to kind of dissect their home life, the parents. You got to take a look at that, and because that's usually a general rule. Like, you are where you come from. In most cases, we talk to parents, we talk to uncles, and we want to dive into all that information and make sure we know exactly what you're getting. And sometimes you still don't know because they change within 6 months when they get on your campus. But you want to have some research to give you something to go on to how you deal with these young people.
He recruited one of my favorite kids of all time, Buddy Hield. Like, listen, I went to the Bahamas and spent a couple days with Buddy's family. How's Buddy doing?
He's doing great.
Yeah.
He's doing great. And the trade rumors kind of calmed down a little
They
bit.
did, because it looked like he was gone.
So he a little more relaxed
Is
now.
he?
Yeah.
Give me your favorite buddy story from either recruiting them, from coaching them.
I got so many, and one, I think his junior year, and he started off with not being a great shooter,
Right.
and he just turned himself into a self-made shooter. And we was getting ready to play a game, and we had just finished shoot around, and we go eat pregame meal, and our routine was to eat pregame, we come back down, and we shoot for 30 minutes, and I go do my power walk on the concourse of the arena, and he was down there shooting, and I leave him. I go do my power walk. He's down there, just messing around. Before you know it, he's in a full workout. This is game day. We're getting ready to play. Like, he's in a full workout. I'm thinking, he can't keep doing this, right? I'm walking 2 more laps, 3 laps, 4 laps. I go down. I grab the ball from him. I put it on the rack, and I run up the tunnel with the ball rack, right? And he's cursing me out. What the hell are you doing? I'm trying to get better. You crutch. What are you doing? Bring me the ball. I was like, no, we got a game, man.
Right, you got to pace yourself.
Go get away. He
liked to work, right?
And that was him. Once he figured out that I can shoot the basketball, it was like a kid with a new toy. And he wanted to do it all the time.
When did you first realize how good he could be? Like, when did you see him go from being the guy? I mean, we saw him as a freshman, right? And he was like a good role player. It was like, hey, you know what, this guy, he could be a starter in the Big 12. Like, he could do some things. Then all of a sudden, boom, he's averaging 15 points a game. And then boom, he's shooting 50% from 3 and averaging 25 a game, first team All-American player of the year.
Freshman year, he was a high energy defender, transition guy. Sophomore year, he turned into a driver, slasher, scorer. Still wasn't a great shooter. We got beat first round of the NCAA tournament in a 12-5 game by North Dakota State. And I remember telling him on the bus, like, you have to get better at shooting the basketball.
Wow.
And that summer, he took it to a whole nother level. We worked our butt off, and he took it to – and right then I knew, like, his work ethic changed.
Just shows you, though, again, if you're in the gym, you're shooting.
No doubt.
That's the one thing
No
that
doubt.
they always say. The NBA guys, what do they say? That can improve, right? Your handle,
doubt.
tough to improve.
No
Your
doubt.
decision-making,
No doubt.
tough to improve. But if you want to put the work in, you can become a really good shooter.
And he did it. He did it.
Yeah.
And I think that game motivated him because, we got upset. We was a number 5 and got beat. I tell Saul Phillips every time I see him, I said, you turned Buddy Hill into a warrior.
That's right. That's right.
Just by beating us in that game. So, but he continued to grow. He continued to work. And, he got invited to the Nike skill camp going into his senior year. And I think he saw all these elite guys. He's coming off of Big 12 Player of the Year also. And he saw all these guys that were potential pros, and that did it. He's like, I can do this.
Mm-hmm. All right, last thing I got for you. If Omaha is going to make that leap, is going to get up into the top 3, is going to be competing for a Summit League championship this year, what's the most important thing that has to happen for you guys?
I think improve defensively. We have to get a lot better defensively, and then we have to rely on our interior rebounding and be able to score 20 points in transition. I think we can do those 3 things. We'll have a chance to finish in the top half of a very, very, very good league.
All right. Listen, great seeing
Thanks,
you,
guys,
man. Great seeing you. Great to be here.
It's an honor to have you guys here.
No, it's great to be here. Awesome.
Just came up.
It's great to see you.
I appreciate
it's been too
you guys
long,
being
and
here.
it's great to see you.
Well, thank you.
Glad
so
you're
much.
doing well.
Thank you so much for having me on.
And hopefully we'll get to Omaha.
Karen Brown to stop smoking fish heads. Okay?
I'm going to tell him you said that.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Tell him
Thank
to
you,
stop
guys.
smoking fish heads.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Rob.
it.
Yeah. Always a pleasure,
Great
man.
seeing you guys. We'll get Frankie here up.
Yep. Frankie Fiddler up here next. Omaha, man.
Listen, everybody kind of talked to here. It's like, man, I want to get there. I want to get there. I haven't been to a game there.
Hold on, Frankie.
These are the places that, honestly, again, sometimes go under the radar. But Frankie, Jeff Goodman, nice to meet you.
Yep.
You too.
Rob Doster, good to see you, man. The
They're
mic
gonna
is
yell.
hot. We
They're
all
gonna
live.
yell at me if I don't have like your chair right. So you got to go.
No,
this
it's not
way.
your chair's not the problem. It's his chair
My
that's the
chair.
problem, Frankie.
Whatever.
Look, there's
I'm not
guys that are
worried.
coachable, and there's guys that aren't coachable.
Oh yeah, I've been told I'm not very
He is
coachable.
not coachable.
You, I've been told you're very coachable, so that's good.
I am.
That's
yep.
a good thing.
Yep.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, you ready for take the next step here
Yep.
as a program?
Mm-hmm.
How much more comfortable are you now than you were a year ago with new coach, new system,
Yeah.
new everything, right? I mean, the whole team was new.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm way more comfortable, and I know all of our guys are too. Crutch last year was kind of just trying to put his system in, and we were all trying to learn it. Now we all understand it, and are ready to implement it during the game.
You're shooting. You shot 28% from three this past season. How much has that been a focal point for you? How much
He
has
was
that been a
hurt.
priority?
He was hurt. He
Yeah.
dislocated, right?
Yeah, I was hurt.
Dislocated finger
Yeah.
on your shooting hand.
Yep.
I don't know how many people knew that, right?
No, probably not many.
We knew it was in the almanac.
I
So.
knew it. That's right.
But this offseason, I focused a lot on it, trying to get back to my freshman year. I think I shot
43.
Yeah. So just trying to get back to that level and still be able to, do all the other things I can do as well.
Can you keep your shoes on now in practice? I'm told your shoe fell off like 5 or 6 times
guys
during
know
your
this?
practice. Listen,
Crutch told you?
I know some shit. I know some stuff. Is that true?
Yeah,
Your shoe kept falling off.
Yeah.
Like 6 times one practice.
Well,
Crutch, finally, I think Crutch was upset, right?
Oh, he was.
Crutch started to get pissed off at you, didn't he?
Yeah, we were doing defensive slides, and I cut and tried to, get out of the slide, and it fell off. But I continued to slide with my shoe off, and then I fell, and he just looked at me like, "Are you serious? Like, why are you still trying to go? Your shoe's off, and your feet are sweaty." So he was,
No more. That was a one-time deal.
yeah.
Done.
All right, look, he's gone, right? He can't watch this. Yeah, he can't hear this. Were you just doing that to get out of doing the conditioning? Did you just
There you
leave
go.
the shoe untied? Is that what it was?
Well,
You could be
no.
honest with us, man. I would
No.
do the same thing.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
So you guys, again, last year was a totally new team. This year you got 6 of your top 8 coming back. Like, what's the advantage with that? And we'll start with what's going to be maybe the biggest difference in your game now, having that kind of confidence in the system and Crutch and what he wants from you and your teammates around you.
Yeah, I think just knowing that the guys around me are experienced and they know what to expect from me and what I'm going to expect from them. So just knowing that's going to help us on the court together.
How much is that when you have that continuity, right? You know each other well. How much is that culture is the buzzword that everyone loves to throw around, but how much does that get developed when you have this many key people? You guys are 4th in the country in minutes coming back from last season. How much does that help that continuity?
Yeah, I mean, it helps a lot. Coach got us all in the dorms, so we're all together. We were together all year last year, and we're doing it again this year. So, and we all enjoy hanging out with each other. We took the foreign tour trip to Costa Rica, and the new guys that we got just kind of gel right in with us. We're all the same dude, D1 Hoopers.
Yeah.
So it's a great thing that we all have good chemistry.
You got big dorm rooms at least?
Oh yeah, they're like apartments.
All right,
yeah, they're
that's
good
good.
stuff.
So they're not
good
real
stuff.
like what we think of
No,
as
but
like
are
these
you-
tiny little dorms.
Are you a good roommate or are you
I'm a great roommate.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Tony Osborne, my roommate. He's a great roommate.
He's a
too.
good roommate?
Huh?
Who's cleaner?
Me for sure.
Really? He
Oh,
leaves
I'm-
stuff everywhere?
Nah, he don't. He's
all right.
clean.
He's
but
all right?
I'm like a clean freak.
You are?
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
I like my stuff
Well,
organized.
all right, give me your when I go to Omaha, I remember I went years ago. First time I ever went was had steak at the Drover
Mm-hmm.
with Doug McDermott and
Yep.
Greg McDermott. Give me your favorite spot to eat in Omaha. I mean,
Who
Man,
gave him the NIL deal? That's the
I'm
question.
I know you need a good NIL deal to be able to get the
I'm
Drover
so-
or some of those
yeah.
places, right?
You
You got a good spot? I love Omaha as a city. I
Yeah.
think it's so. Now again, I'm a Northeast guy, so when people hear Omaha, and I know you're a
Mhm.
Midwest guy,
mm-hmm.
but they probably don't understand that. Like he's really never been to Omaha. Like such an underrated downtown area
Yep.
and city.
Yep. I think one spot I really enjoy is right by the school.
Okay.
It's called Lighthouse Pizza.
All right.
They
I'm
got
writing it
these
down.
big slices that you can just one slice.
One big slice.
Yeah. Or
then
you
you're
can
good?
get a full pizza if you want,
Yeah.
but I love that place.
Really?
Yep.
I'm going to ask you about J.J. White because
Mhm.
one of the things that Crutch said about him was, quote, he's made the biggest jump this summer. What have you seen from him? Where have you seen him get better? And what should the expectation be for what this kid can do this year?
I think like his whole game style changed. Last year, he liked to put it on the floor, try to create for himself a lot. But now I think he's doing a lot of catch and shooting, moving off ball, finding the gaps, and still being able to facilitate as well, getting into the defense and kicking it out. So my expectation for him is just to do what he's been doing throughout the summer and throughout the fall.
Do you agree with that? Have you seen him? Is it like a jump in confidence, jump in ability? What have you seen?
Yeah, I think just having that first year of D1 under his belt now, he's kind of seen, the proper way to play and how he'll be efficient on the floor. So I think that's kind of helped him a lot.
How good is Nick Davis, who I know came from Southern Nazarene? What will he give you as an experienced, older, big guy up front?
Yeah, he's a dominant force in the paint, underrated defender, like on guards as well.
He can switch.
Yep.
Really?
He's got a paint presence offensively and defensively, and he as an older guy is bringing leadership to our team too.
What we asked Crush the same question. What has to happen for Omaha this year to be able to get up into that top 3, to be pushing for a Summit League championship? Because that's what you want, right?
Yep.
That's the goal.
Yep.
What do you think has to happen this season for you guys to get to that level?
I think just being consistent every game, doing what we do, like JJ White, doing what he does every game, having our expectations for each other, and maybe if someone's off that game, holding them accountable, and just finding ways to win every game.
And no dislocated fingers?
Oh,
That would help.
No, that was in a scrimmage too.
No, was it really? That hurts.
Oh my gosh, I was so dumb for that. I dove into the scores table in a scrimmage.
Yeah, well, you won't do that
That's
again.
what it was. You didn't even jam it. You dove into a scores
He was
table.
trying to get minutes.
I was
What-
trying to start, yeah.
Where's your favorite place to play in the league, or where's the most difficult place? The best, like if we're gonna go see a game somewhere,
You can't say your building.
Where is it?
No,
Right,
Somebody
no,
else.
somewhere
You
else.
can't say
Yeah,
your
okay.
building.
Yeah, but like if we're gonna
Yeah.
go see a game, or somebody's gonna go see a game in this league, where do they have to go?
I think the best atmosphere is up in Brookings, South Dakota State.
Why?
Their fans are just kind of on top of you. They're loud. They got a good student section.
Yeah.
I mean, the arena is I think it's older, and there's a lot of tradition in it.
Yeah.
And I mean, they don't lose rare at all in their building at home.
How good is Zeke Mayo in person?
He's real good.
Why? What? For people like me who haven't seen him in person,
Yeah.
I've seen him obviously
Uh-huh.
play, but not in person. Why? What makes him so tough to guard?
He's just got a knack for scoring.
Yeah.
It's hard to guard him because he can basically score. He can score from all 3 levels. He come off ball screens. If you try to bring 2 defenders at him, he can pick you apart by passing.
Yeah.
Because his team's so good as well.
Yeah.
So he's a real good player.
Well, Frankie, appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Great
thank you,
meeting you.
guys.
Stay
Yeah,
healthy.
I will.
All right, and
Yep.
can't wait to see what you do this year.